Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. There you can find a list of the chapters. The lessons we're going to cover today are we're going to start with the chapter ratios, rates, and proportions. The lessons we're going to cover today are identify equivalent ratios, unit rates, unit prices, and solve proportions. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 9 math. The chapter we are on right now is ratios, rates, and proportions. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is identify equivalent ratios. Are these ratios equivalent? You are given 3 by 9 and 9 by 20. So how do we see if the two fractions are equivalent? You have to write them down. 3 by 4 equals 9 by 20. Now just cross multiply. Cross multiply means the numerator of this fraction multiplied by denominator of the other fraction, 3 times 20, and numerator of the second one and denominator of the first one, 4 times 9. So 60 is not equal to 36. So that means no, they are not the equivalent fractions. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Are these ratios equivalent? So the fractions are 5 to 3 and 10 to 6. So you have to write 5 to 3, that equals 10 to 6. Now just cross multiply 5 times 6 and that equals 10 times 3. 5 times 6 is 30 and 10 times 3 is 30. So see, both sides are exactly equal. That means yes, the ratios are equivalent. Option number 1 is the correct option. Yes, they are equivalent. Are these ratios equivalent? That is 2 to 1 and 20 to 10. That is 10 times 2 and 20 times 1. 10 times 2 is 20 and 20 times 1 is 20. 20 equals 20. So yes, the ratios are equivalent. Are these ratios equivalent? 1 to 5 and 3 to 15. That is 1 times 15, that equals 3 times 5. 1 times 15 is 15 and 3 times 5 is 15. Both sides are exactly equal. The ratios are equivalent. Option number 1 is the correct option. Are these ratios equivalent? That is 1 to 4 and 5 to 20. 1 times 20 equals 5 times 4. 20 is equal to 20. So they are exactly equal. Yes, that means they are equivalent. Are these ratios equivalent? Yes, they are equivalent. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is unit rates. Let's just start with the lesson. Find the unit rate. Unit rate means you need to calculate the rate of one thing. For example, you are given 40 newspaper in 8 piles. You need to calculate the price of one pile. How do you calculate? 40 is the price of 8 piles. So if you divide 40 by 8, you can have the price of one pile. So 40 divided by 8 is 5. That means there are 5 newspapers per pile. Let's just start with the test questions. Find the unit rate. 20 kilometers in 2 hours. How many kilometers per hour? 20 divided by 2. You have to divide 20 by 2. Then you can have the kilometers per hour. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. So that means that is 10 kilometers per hour. The correct option is 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 10 kilometer per hour. 24 chairs at 6 tables. 24 divided by 6. That is 6 times 4 is 24. So there are 4 tables, 4 chairs per table. The correct option is 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Find the unit rate. 21 deliveries in 3 hours. So how many deliveries per hour? That is 3 times 7 is 21. So 7 deliveries per hour. Option number 1 is the correct option. 44 orders in 4 days. So how many orders per day? 44 orders in 4 days. So in one day you have 11 orders. So 11 orders per day. 30 rooms on 2 floors. 30 rooms on 2 floors. So there are 15 rooms per floor. Option number 2 is the correct option. 24 passengers in 6 cars. So how many passenger per car? That is 4 passengers per car. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is unit prices. Now we're going to calculate the price of one thing, right? Let's just start with the lesson unit prices. A 6 pack of coffee mugs cost $11.22. What is the unit price? You need to calculate of the price of one mug. So you have to divide 11.22 divided by 6. 11.22 divided by 6 equals 1.87. Let's just start with the test questions. An 8 kilogram bag of potatoes cost $15.36. What is the unit price? So you have to divide 15.36 divided by 8. So which is the correct option? Whenever we have to calculate a unit price, divide the price of the bag by the weight. 15.36 divided by 8, that is 1.92 per kilogram. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is $1.92 per kg. A 9 pack of plastic flower pots cost $10.71. What is the unit price? Which is the correct option? $10.71 divided by 9 equals 10.71 divided by 9 equals, that is 1.19. Option number 2 is the correct option. A 7-pound bag of green peppers cost $4.20. What is the unit price? You have to calculate the unit price. So $4.20 divided by 7 equals, 4.20 divided by 7 is 0.6. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 0.60 per pound. A 3-meter roll of fabric A 3-meter roll of fabric costs $7.59. What is the unit price? So 7.59 divided by 3 equals 2.53. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 2.53 per meter. A six pack of water bottle costs $3. What is the unit price? Which is the correct option? That is $0.50 per bottle. Option number 2 is the correct option. A 9-meter roll of water paper costs $3.24. What is the unit price? 3.24 divided by 9, that is 0.36 per meter. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Solve proportions. 18 divided by 2 equals 9 divided by C. So you need to calculate the value of C, just cross multiply. That is 18 over 2 equals 9 over C. So you have to do 18 times C equals 9 times 2. So 18 times C equals 18, divide both sides by 18. So then C equals 1. The correct option is C equals 1. Let's just start with the test questions. Solve for J in the proportion. So let's just cross multiply 4 times 5, 4 over 5 equals J over 20. So 4 times 20 equals 5 times J. Now divide both sides by 5. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 4 is 20. So J equals 16. Option number 1 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is J equals 16. Solve for W. That is W divided by 12 equals 12 over 18. So W times 18 equals 12 times 12. Now divide both sides by 18. So which is the correct option? That is 12 times 12, 144 divided by 18 is 8. So the correct option is option number 1, 8 it is. Solve for f in the proportion, which is the correct option. The correct option is 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. 10 it is. Solve for r in the proportion. So which is the correct option? That is 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 15. Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve for m in the proportion. That is 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. The chapter we are working on is ratios and proportions. The lessons we have covered today are identify equivalent ratios, unit rates, unit rates, unit prices, and solve proportions. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the question in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.